You know, when it comes to organizations, the measurement of a leader has always been the accomplishments of their people. So in today's video, we're looking at how great leaders activate human potential. How great leaders activate human potential? Well, the state of leadership has been quite fluctuating over the years, and it's put us to where we are today. And if you have a look at the stats, they're not good. Research firm Gallup estimates that only 23% of our global workforce is fully engaged. 23%! If you imagine 100 people, only 23 people are actually doing the work in an energized way. That's a little bit scary. Then you've got 62% that are disengaged, and worse yet, 15% are actively disengaged, which means they're running around sabotaging the efforts of the other people inside your organization. We need a better way to lead our organizations into the future for today's modern society, with going forward boldly with clarity and confidence. And I personally believe the answer is entrepreneurial leadership for organizations. It's not about starting a business and making money. It's about leveraging the mindset and the actions and the behaviors of entrepreneurs to drive our organizations forward into the future, boldly with clarity and confidence. So how do great leaders, great entrepreneurial leaders, activate or build environments where the people don't just show up to work to survive, they actively thrive in those environments? And it turns out there are three core levers that you can pull as a leader to build that environment of high performance. The first lever is you have to activate psychological safety. Now, there's a ton of information out there about psychological safety. So as entrepreneurial leaders, we actually want to have more powerful, impactful techniques that we can use that generate results very quickly. They also have to be instinctive to us because we don't have time to read through 1,000 research papers, right? So one of the best ways to activate psychological safety is to actually flip the script and approach it from a different angle. One of my colleagues, speaking colleagues, she's an expert, a global expert and authority on trust, Rachel Botsman. And Rachel defines trust as our relationship with the unknown. Now, through those lenses, if you apply that to psychological safety, what you're really trying to do as an entrepreneurial leader is activate an environment where the unknown becomes known. That way your people aren't anxious, they're not nervous, they know exactly what's going on, and you're able to build trust, and they trust you as a leader. Now, the best way that I've found in the 20 years that I've been involved in this space is that you got to care more about your people. And there's two ways to take on board that statement. The first way is the way that managers are traditionally promoted inside an organization is that you have individuals who are technically competent and they've achieved extraordinary results in their sphere of influence. And so what managers think is that, okay, this person did good, I'm going to promote them up so that they manage the entire team, and that way the entire team will elevate and improve performance. And you and I know that just doesn't work inside organizations, because those technically competent people often don't have the people skills required to energize the entire team that they're working in. So there's friction, there's conflict, there's performance drops. So in that instance, you really got to care more about your people. And really take the time to understand one-on-one where they're at. What are their frustrations? What are their motivations? What are their aspirations? What are their fears? What are their concerns? What are they struggling with? You really got to care more and support them through that journey. You have to bring people along on the journey. That's the first way of looking at the care more statement. Now, the other way of looking at it is if you are already a leader that cares a lot about everyone else, you might be suffering exhaustion or burnout from caring about everyone else. And my definition of burnout is the moment beyond exhaustion due to prolonged exposure to other people's priorities, which means that basically you're running around caring about everyone else except for yourself. And in those instances, you really need to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help others. So the way I describe this is you got to feed your soul. Do things that really energize you, uplift you internally, and put that oxygen mask on yourself so that you can continue to support others. This is so crucial as leaders that care about others more than yourself, because burnout is an epidemic now. So the two ways of looking at this is, if you're a leader that's promoted through technical competence, start caring more about others. And if you're a leader that cares more about others than themselves, bring it in a little bit, put that oxygen mask on yourself. And through that lens, you'll be able to lead your people with clarity and confidence to build environments of psychological safety where you can really accelerate your organization into the future with clarity and confidence. Now, there are two other levers that you can explore in my newsletter. And the newsletter outlines everything you need to know about entrepreneurial leadership and activating environments of high performance. So I encourage you to head over to my LinkedIn, or if you're on email, check out the link below. My name is AJ Kulatunga. Thanks for watching this video, and whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. Take care and go make tomorrow better than today.